I'm interested actually to see you agree with Luke on some of these things. Rosa Parks not sitting at the back of the bus and obeying authority was a sin.
Rosa Parks not sitting at the back of the bus. Was it a sin? I guess I have a very different opinion on that. That it was a sin. I think it was a sin for very different reasons.
So Luke's rationale was disobeying the state is a sin, even to things that are more questionable or easy for people to parse in the 21st century, where this is like, oh,
wait, why is he saying it was a sin? Because it was a woman disobeying, or because she was wrong?
Has nothing to do with that. Just the fact that you're disobeying the state's laws.
Let me guess. Luke thinks that the Protestant movement was a sin too.
Essentially, the second half of the article that he wrote is just a bunch of random examples that are not really consistent with how most
people don't understand it. It describes a role of a just and good government, and we have to obey that. It goes against God's commandments and laws. We're supposed to stick to the God's commandments and laws.
So Andrew, if you read the article, and this is how I interpret it, all laws created are just because moral authority is from the church and the state is to implement those, and therefore somehow by
it's a fallacy.
I'm not saying hold on, don't debate me. I'm not having any of these opinions, but I think this was sort of the gist of it.
I'm not debating you. I'm just dismantling the article on the fly.
Okay. I also, if you want to look at it, I might be conveying it incorrectly. If you want to take a look, but it might not be worth your time.
Hey, Tidwell, I'm getting ready for you.
Warming up on chess? You're good?
Yes, sir.
Well, we have a test tournament.
Got me a 94.8% accuracy. How do you like that?
That's pretty good, depending on how many moves you did. Was it more than 2 moves? When you do chess.com and you do the review and it says like, well, you played as if you had this rating. I love that stuff.
No, I like to analyze them even post. I had a 4.8 accuracy and rating was at 2000. And the reason for that
Andrew?
is just, yeah.
I'm Mike21 on chess.com. MIKETWENTY 1. If you want to send me a friend request, I'll play you.
Wait, say it again. What?
Mike20 spelled out with a 1 on the end.
Got it.
I was in so much trouble with chess. Actually,
You know what I've noticed? If I'm a little off on sleep, in fact, I use chess to determine how tired I am and my what is the state of my brain to do something. That's what I use it for mostly. I use it to see how bad I lose, and that determines whether I do that. Openings are middle game. I think there's a lot of recognition for middle.
You want to hear something funny, John Seth? There's a guy named Carlson who plays in blitz tournaments, and he will purposely make the most crazy, stupid moves at the very beginning. Paths. And that's like one of his strategies is he'll just do like some batshit crazy like 2-year-old moves, or he'll just like move his king out, just like move like just do weird shit, and then
cloud.
Yeah, Bong Cloud. Yeah, he'll do all sorts of weird no one does, and then everyone's just thrown off their game because like everyone memorizes the first like 6 or 7 moves of like every opening, and then it's like this just totally throws them off.
Well, see, what I know about you, Tidwell, is that you memorize the most esoteric lines that people don't expect either, and then you get them that way.
I love getting someone. I love getting someone in like a really weird situation where I have like 50 moves memorized, and I just get the dopamine hit. I lose no time on my clock. They're like thinking, and for some reason, it's just so satisfying.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm always bothered by it. It's just like a memorization game, so I never bothered to do it.
But this is super specific. Like you have to think of it like this. Like you've heard like the combinations of like the factorial. Like in the first like 6 moves, there's like a cajillion possibilities. There's no way to memorize everything. It's just you can get into specific lines. What?
Like I know the math says that, but I just don't believe that that's actually like the reality. I know too many chess players who are like. It just seems like a memorization game to me. It's how I've always felt.
It is for the opening. What Andrew said is correct. It is for the opening for a lot of people, but after that opening, there is no memorization.
Yeah. Then you gotta see the few moves ahead and the patterns, and you have to be good at recognizing other things.
And that's why people that want to get into chess now, you wouldn't learn like a mainstream line. You'd learn like a style that isn't like a popular opening where no one's really memorized your opening, and then you're pretty much on par with people going into like the game. You wouldn't like if someone is trying to like get you to play a position, like you just wouldn't play it. You'd play something else, and then you throw them off memorization, and then you're sort of on square one. You might be at a slight disadvantage in theory, but you at least get off the memorization path where you're playing this game of who can memorize the best move, 12, 13, 14 moves. So like most people that are really good, they purposely make weird moves at the beginning just so they don't have to worry about the memorization piece of it.
Interesting.
Tidwell, you ever dabble into a setup where it's randomized a little bit? The chessboard?
Okay, so John said, listen to what I'm about to talk to with Andrew about. You'll like this. So this is called Fisher 720 or
Oh yes. Yeah.
So check this out, John said. And it gives a random setup. So all the pawns are still in the front, but all the back rank pieces, there's 720 combinations of valid setup. And it's a brand new game with no theory, no books, no nothing on the setup, and become a popular format just to pretty much address the concern that you just brought up, John, which was, oh, you're just gonna fucking beat me because you have 15 moves memorized. This pretty much gives 720 unique starting positions, and you don't know what the position is until the start of the game.
Understood. Do you know why my concern is met with that specific setup? Do you know?
Yeah, because these people are gonna fucking memorize, and you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage.
No, it's because Bobby Fischer himself agreed that the game was just a memorization game.
Oh yeah, no, 100% though. Like yeah, Fischer was trying to address that. Yeah, no, you're totally right. But also, that only for the opening. Still, he was trying to get rid of the opening memorization, like piece of chess. Right, like chess is like classically broken up into 3 parts. And you can memorize some end-game positional stuff. And you can memorize some opening.
Is Fischer 720 actually gaining popularity?
So it's interesting because there's tournaments and stuff. But the most popular formats now are going to be blitz and bullet games where you have very low time on the clock and you don't have time to like think for like minutes and minutes and minutes per move. Those seem to be like the more like popular things that are going on right now. And the 720 tournaments are interesting because the thing I'm thinking is like, well, how do you like how does the committee pick the position? And they pick a position at random with a random generator. But you know what's funny is like no one's allowed, because if you do, you could study the position before the game, right? Each round of the game, you would know the position. So there's if you somehow sabotaged the random generator or you knew what they were going to do, you could study the positions ahead of time. That's kind of like an interesting attack vector at these tournaments, which I don't know how.
We should do this and generate it with blockchain.
Hey, right.
Use
But the entropy from the last block, right? The last block's hash.
No. It has to be the next block. You can't start a game until the next block.
Oh, that's funny. And then the next block happens, and then it tells you the position, and then you start the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it's like everyone's just waiting for the next block. It's like a 50-minute block. Everyone's just like intently just staring at each other, waiting.
Yo, Tidwell, do you ever play the games on lichess.org?
Chess? L-I?
L-I-C, yeah.
Yeah, Lee Chess. Yeah, that's another good one. But hey, Andrew, were you going to send me a friend request on chess.com?
Oh, I'll do that a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking about it, Michael. He doesn't like you, so.
No, I didn't realize he didn't like me until just now. I just fucking found out about it. I'm going to leave this chat room.
Don't be so sensitive.
I'm leaving.
Hey, Tidwell. Dave the other day asked how many hours of playing would it take for him to get as good as you. I want to know your answer on how many hours that would take.
Probably a year of dedication, maybe like 8 months, 6 months, if you really.
How many hours a day?
How many?
It'd be like a full-time job maybe for like 6 months.
8 hours a day, 6 months.
What if he joins one of those like children's chess
40
clubs?
hours. Maybe like 20 hours a week for 6 months. 20 hours a week for 6 months, you could get better than that's what it would take. 20 hours a week, 6 months. If you're coming from zero.
So roughly 500 hours.
520 hours, yeah.
Yeah, 520 hours of diligent, like trying to get better, not just like fucking around. Fucking around, it'd be like 10,000 plus hours. You'd have to like use those 500 hours.
That's what I tried to tell him.
Actually be getting good, like, and it's really hard to like want to play chess and like push yourself. It's easy to like play chess and fuck around, which is pretty much what I do.
Well,
So
I've been going on VChess and doing like the next moves just over and over to try to work on that. I feel like that is better than just playing a game.
Yeah, I mean they're both good. I mean, playing a game and doing those puzzles are gonna help, but it's really just like, so the thing where it would be like 1,000 hours is if you study positions, which I don't have memorized, and or I don't have like I don't know like the techniques that are like that could like just dominate. Like for instance, if you have like a bishop and a knight and a king versus a king, like knowing how to make is just a king by himself, like a very complicated feat, and a lot of people can't do it.
It's really good looking.
Yeah, that's true.
I've learned from John.
Yeah, it's easy to wait. Mate, white or black? John said. Which one?
You know what I learned from John? Any waitress that smiles at you totally wants to bang me.
connection. This card. Strong talent. He does designs for stuff. And let's
John set your hot mic and anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah. I really want to get better, Tidwell.
Well, if you really want to get better, you can hire a chess coach, and then that will fucking expedite your learning like crazy. But I mean, that's kind of weird, with all this like online training shit.
I don't want to do online.
Well, then there's probably a chess club in your town that you can go to. I mean, they'll probably meet like weekly or bi-weekly. They'll have like little hangouts and shit. All right, I just Googled or ChatGPT'd. If you do 450 hours, you're likely to get to at least 1,400. If you do 600 to 900 hours, you're likely to get to 1,600. 1,000 to 1,600 hours is 1,800. 3,000 hours, 2,000. 4,000 hours, 2,100. 7,000 hours, 2,200. 9,000 hours, 2,300. 12,000 hours, 2,400, and 18,000 hours, 2,500 usually cannot be achieved.
Yeah, but Tidwell, there's a component missing here. Like, some people...
You have to stay motivated that whole time.
You interpose, like, certain brains or how your brain's wired. Spending that number of hours ain't going to get you to that rating.
Well, with enough motivation, my theory is you can rewire your brain just to do about anything there's limitations obviously, but I think the biggest thing is if you don't necessarily have the brain for it, then it just becomes harder, but you can still do it. It just isn't going to be easy to stay motivated for fucking 10,000 hours, because to stay motivated to constantly be getting better is a different sort of thing than just playing for 10,000 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, and you can certainly do things to help rewire. You could see that from injuries, right? You're learning stuff, obviously, but I think, I don't know, if you lack strategy or like multiple orders thinking capacity or capability, there's no way you're gonna spend 700 or 800 and hit that rating. And maybe even if you double it, I seriously doubt that.
It depends on if you're making progress. Like if you're putting in hours and you're not making progress, then you kind of are understanding your logarithmic curve off of like your potential.
Yeah,
so I guess you'll find that out sort of like early. Like if you put in, let's say you sink in 1,000 hours and you're not making the progress that other people are making, that might be an indicator that your top is, going to be a lower range.
You're right. Exactly. But I think everyone tops out somewhere, and then it's marginal.
Right. And but what's kind of weird is there hasn't been a woman that has risen to the ranks of the top tier chess players in the world. And you would have thought that there would have been at least a few anomalies where there's been a few women that have gotten all the way to the top, like in terms of like rankings and FIDE rankings and stuff. So there is something to be said about like genetics or brain composition or just who we are as humans and stuff with some of this crap. You know what I mean?
Oh, Joseph is missing for this analysis.
Yeah, unless you're watching Netflix, Kimberly and the Queen's Gambit. In that case, women are fucking dominant. By the way, I really like that Netflix show.
How many times have you watched it?
Once.
How many?
Just once.
Have you analyzed the games in the series?
Oh, but I do know that some of the positions are real because they were trying to make it like fun, so they actually use like real positions from real games that were like epic. So that was kind of cool that they did that. Now ChatGPT will tell me why a woman's never been ranked in the top like 100 or top 50 or whatever. Let's see. Oh, I might be wrong. 2735, 2000. Oh, look at this. Judith Polgar, 2735. That's really high. Strongest rated lady ever. So Judith Polgar, there's a message in the chat that says no woman has ever been in the top 10. According to this, was number 8 at one point at her peak. So I was wrong. A woman has been in the top 10. Judith Polgar. Judith Polgar is a Hungarian chess grandmaster, strongest female ever of all time. There you go. Oh, also, you know, it's funny. I think this is the same lady who beat Gary Kasparov in a game, and Gary Kasparov was like famous of saying that a woman would never be able to beat him or something, and maybe he like also alluded like at his prime he would never be able to be beaten by a woman. And then this lady, many years later, beats him, and it was like a lot of like feminists and a lot of like, you know, chess players were like laughing about this. I remember that happened a few years back. But also like Gary's like super out of his prime, so yeah.
Who's that guy that plays people on YouTube that has the black mask on? You know what I'm talking about?
Shinobi or Adam Back, depending on.
I mean, he beat Gary. Is he good enough to beat Gary Kasparov right now?
I don't know who you're talking about, dude. I don't know this black mask.
I put it in the chat, Tidwell. Ray Enigma.
Right now, there is a woman, looks like a Chinese lady, who is ranked 143rd in the world. And she's currently the highest rated lady, apparently. Hua Yofan. So 143rd is where the current lady is. I don't think chess has this idea of transgender woman stuff that other sports have. By the way, which I think is kind of also interesting. I don't think there's ever been like a controversy or a drama over women's chess like there had been with other sports. At least it never hit my radar.
Did you hear me that I put the clip in the chat, Tidwell?
Okay, let me see. Dude, I can't even. Okay, I guess we can copy. I have to like paste this to like Telegram just to be able to click it.
That's retarded.
Bro, what the fuck is this? This doesn't even look. This looks like an AI video, dude. This doesn't even look real.
No, it is. That's a real guy. You can watch the full video on YouTube.
Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. What the
That's
fuck is this?
Gary Kasparov.
No, I know that, but what the fuck is this incognito guy? This doesn't even look like a real thing.
That's Osborne. Look at that.
He still plays at an amazing level. But
Ray Enigma is a Spanish chess player, and no one knows who he is. An anonymous content creator, 3 million followers on TikTok, 2 million followers on YouTube, has played Magnus Carlsen, like all the big names, including Judith Polgar, the lady we were talking about just a second ago. Unknown identity. And then he wears this fucking checkered flag face covering. This is like the silliest fucking thing. I like, how did I not know about this guy?
he's got to be one of the known names that just does it, right? Can't be somebody unknown.
There's a lot of people that are really good. Like there's a lot of people that are like in the 2,600 range. That's like a thing where like.
I mean, if you're gonna play in a tournament, you're gonna be known.
Right. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people around the 2,600 range that, like, there'd be enough quote-unquote Spanish players around that level to not dox yourself. What I'm trying to say is, like, if he was really good, he'd probably, like...
Well, how is that number derived?
It's kind of like a credit score, and you just kind of make it up. So if you beat someone with a higher elo than you get higher number. If you lose to someone with a lower number than you lose even more. If you lose to someone with a much higher elo than you lose very little. It's just like it's just the ranking. It's the arbitrary ranking system. And each FIDE has their own database and calculation methods. It also, if you haven't played chess in a very long time, you go back into more of a provisional state where every game you play has a multiplier sort of idea to get you closer to maybe what you would actually be at. Yeah, I mean, it's arbitrary shit. It's just a way of like knowing where you're at compared to other people in terms of your overall strength of your playability. chat. I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke or not, but it made me look up the highest rated Nigerian player.
What's their ELO?
The highest rated ELO, according to is 2363, and that was in February 2016. But I wonder, that was 2016, so I wonder what that was 9 years ago. The current highest rated player is at 2331. Nigerian Dabalaram Akatoyi. If the highest rated player is a FM, that means they have no international or grandmasters, I assume is what that means. So I guess there's probably like a lot of countries that have like no IMs or GMs.
How do you become a grandmaster?
You just have to have a really fucking high rating and like win some tournaments and shit. But
Yeah, but does it come from winning certain competitions or?
that's a good question. I think you have to. I think it's like, I don't know. Let me look it up. But there's 195 countries in the world, and only 88 countries have at least one grandmaster. So a little more than a third of all the countries have at least one really good chess player, like in the top tier.
I think you gotta hit a certain rating. But first, to become a grandmaster, you gotta become a master. You gotta climb up that ladder.
You also have to reach a rating of at least 2,500, according to FIDE ratings. Earn 3 GM. You have to win 3. You have to perform well in at least 3 tournaments. So in your tournament play, you have to have a performance rating of 2,600 plus, and at least 9 games in the tournament. And so you have to have at least 3 tournaments where you've performed at a 2,600 plus rating. You have to actually have or more. And once you're a GM permanently. You never lose that title. You're like it's like tenure. Like once a GM, always a GM, even if you like suck or have like a brain injury. So does that answer your question?
How many?
That's
Right?
He's not even here.
How many thousand GMs are there? I think it's 3 to 5, right?
How many like FIDE GMs are there? There's 1,700
Oh wow!
and 72, and 41 are women. So out of 1,772, 41 of those are women. Of course, also 41 women. So there's a total 1,813 total GMs currently.
That's millionaires in the world. That's a club.
And you have to also remember, you don't lose that title. That means like, I wonder if that means currently alive people or not. Like I want to. Andrew, check this out. Okay, Andrew, it sounds like you're eating a bag of chips. That 1,800 number is not living GMs. That's total GMs ever of all time.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so that's also the people that are dead, which is real interesting. So that means of all time, there's ever only been 41 women that have been GMs and only 1,772 men. So,
Well, in fairness, in prior times, the game hasn't been studied or that popular. And also,
Who's
they didn't get
has his score?
to be GMs by these criteria. Didn't exist before, so some never got it because they couldn't.
Could
But
what's both?
regardless, this is a remarkably low number.
So some sources say that there's up to 2,113 GMs of all time. But anyways, of active, alive people, or active, because I think they only consider someone active or inactive. There's around 700 current active GMs that meet the criteria of the 2,500 plus performance in at least 3 tournaments kind of criteria. So, of the total number of GMs that have ever existed, about a third of them are still active, but they don't go into whether or not they're inactive because of they're dead or not, which is kind of have to read between the lines on some of that. Going back to what you're saying, Andrew, I mean, there's probably a damn good chance that only about 10 of us, even if we wanted to put in all the hours, would even be able to reach, those really high levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I remember from high school days is if you were there at 2,000 level, you were a unicorn. I never
You're
met
still
people.
a unicorn at 2,000 at pretty much any normal chess event.
Yeah. I just never remember seeing people study all 4 years and advance to that level. And that this is a young brain, can absorb, learn, and everything, right? I just don't remember people migrating into 2000s in high school. They were kind of already there.
Cool, which I like, is so one thing I kind of like is for a grandmaster, a GM, women and men have to compete by the same rule base for GM. So there's no hey, handicap, you have to have a lower rating or whatever, but they do have something called a WGM, which does have a lower rating, but a woman can get a GM title as well. So they I think this is probably a fair way of doing it, where it's if you want an actual, they don't just call it a GM, they call it a WGM, they make it specific. So they make it where GM is gender neutral, and then if you have the lower ranking requirements, they call it a WGM. But then there's women that get the actual GM status, which they differentiate on, which I think that's probably the right way of doing it.
Yeah,
Andrew, you could probably get it.
2,092.
Andrew, you could probably get a WGM of 2,300 if you put in enough work. But you would fail to meet one criteria to get a GM.
I love your enthusiasm, ability, but I don't look good in a dress or a skirt.
That's like the right. Yeah, that might be the one criteria you miss. That's probably like the only blocker for you, right? To get into 2300
I think.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys talking about becoming trans chess players?
That's what he's telling me to do.
Although I was making the observation that chess never hit my radar that chess dealt with any sort of trans drama like other sports.
But there are different rankings for men and women.
So if you want a GM, it's race neutral. You don't ever like there isn't specific criteria for a GM because there's also women that have reached the GM status. There's not many, there's some, right? And I think that really helps with like this sort of thing. And there's also a WGM, but they never call that a GM. That's always a WGM, like a women's grandmaster. But the women that are actually good still get like the actual top ranked GM stuff. So
how many female GMs are there?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have this all queued up for you. Ready?
Yeah, heavy.
So one thing that's interesting is GMs are measured like it's lifetime. It's not like how many are currently alive. It's like ever and active. So there's ever only been roughly 2,000 GMs ever in like all of history. And of that, 41 have been women.
That sounds about right.
And of those women, one reached the top 10. She was number 8 in the world, Judith Polgar, Hungarian. And the next rated highest lady ever got to position 143, just to give you sort of a distribution. So Judith was an extreme outlier. So not only was she a woman that got to the top 10, but like the next lady up, like wasn't even in the conversation. You know what I mean?
What is it about the female brain that makes it less good at chess?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because women treat their pawns like children, and it's less likely that you're going to want to sacrifice your children on the chessboard. Now, men, on the other hand, are more brutal, and they're willing to sacrifice their children for the greater good.
Is that true?
No.
It sounds good, though.
I think it's funny, or I was trying to be funny on the fly. I'm not as good as John Seth and you, but I'm getting there.
There's not. So I mean, I would imagine there's not as many women that are interested in chess to begin with, but certainly many women do play chess. Like, I mean, I don't know. When you go to a chess tournament, how many women are at it? Like, what's the percentage that are women?
The younger you are, the higher the distribution of like it being super mixed.
And then it gets weeded out as you get older.
It's kind of like kids with gymnastics. Everyone like under 5 or 4 years old, like it's just pretty much 50-50, right? And then as the kids get older, it's like, where do all the boys go, you know?
You know, I've tried like occasionally to get into chess, and it just never has been interesting to me. I'm just not interested in it at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you might be a woman. It's fine.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. I think it's because nobody in my family played chess, so I wasn't exposed to chess at a young age. I didn't play chess until I was like 25.
Right.
My
2-year-old is playing chess with me right now.
Right.
Obviously doesn't know what he's doing, but he's like moving the pieces around and like trying to play chess, like
just learning the patterns of the pieces.
Right. Like I was playing chess at 3 years old. Right. Similarly, like just understanding like how the pieces move early is gonna like help you, even if you don't have like the brain composition to ever like be like top tier. It's gonna like put you way ahead of other people who like never like really looked at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I I don't know why. It's not interesting to me, but I do appreciate people who are like when I said the chess tournament and you blundered and then went on tilt. That was very, like I was like curious to watch it, but I don't know, like playing chess is boring to me. But it's like
was that the tournament where I like totally fucked and won on time?
it was a Bit Block Boom tournament, and you made a mental mistake against Rockstar, I think, and then you went on tilt and you kept making mistakes because of your one mistake. You like couldn't forgive yourself for your one mistake.
Oh, is this the one where Rockstar beat me?
Yeah, Rockstar ended up winning the tournament, I think.
So we did another. So the next year,
you beat yourself, really. I watched it, and you beat yourself in that moment.
So the next year, Rockstar comes to TapCon, and we played like 6 games. Rockstar and I play 6 games with an audience, and I go 6-0 against them. And then the following, I go to Bit Block Boom. This was me like now I'm like, oh fuck, I like got mad, that I like lost the way I did. Go on to win 2 Bit Block Boom chess tournaments, and then I'm retired.
I only saw the one where you lost, so to me,
I know.
You are a loser. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
I know. I'm still kicking myself because of it.
No, you really were. Yeah, you made like that mistake, and then you just like couldn't recover, and I could just tell that you had the yips. Like you just like were in your head, and that happens. But like
it didn't help that. I think when I made that mistake, the position was sort of simple and there wasn't really enough entropy, I feel like, maybe to recover. Because I still kind of remember that game. Very traumatic for me, by the way.
What is your ELO ranking or whatever?
It's pretty low. On chess.com, it is pretty low.
Do we lose Michael, or is it me?
I mean, I'm still here.
Didn't hear you for a second.
Let me see. My stats are not impressive. My highest ranking is about 1,600, which according to ChatGPT,
pretty good.
According to ChatGPT, if you spend 600 hours actually trying to get good at chess, you should be able to reach the level of 1,600. If you spend 600 hours trying to get good at chess and like having like a study plan and wait, hold on, intense study, regular coaching, and serious play, and 600 hours, you too can be this good.
Okay, so I just need to put in 10 hours a day for 2 months, and then I'll be as good as you are.
If that's get a coach, regular coaching, serious play, intense study. Yes,
I'm gonna do that, and then just show up at Bit Block Boom or TapCon and just destroy you. Yeah,
that'd be so funny. It's like so unexpected. It's like, Hollow, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I just got good at chess, bro. What's up? Oh, I'll be good at chess.
Like, how'd you make it to the final round? Like, what happened?
I like strategy and stuff, but I just, I don't know. Chess just ain't my thing, dog. Did you ever meet Ella? She was the captain of the Harvard chess team. She's a Bitcoiner. She used to be on this app, but she hasn't been on the app for a while. Dude,
if she was on a college chess team, she's probably way better than me.
Captain of the Harvard team.
Probably. Yeah. I'm guessing she was like in the 2000s.
I think she had a 2000 something. I can't remember what it was, but it was a 2000 something. And she was, there was a time in here, Michael, when she played like 6 people like at once and defeated everybody like in 5 minutes, So, and all 6 people were like pretty decent chess players.
It's so crazy, like how
very smart. She went to work for a hedge fund.
If someone's rated like 2,000 and someone's rated like 2,100, the difference there is so immense. Like it's so kind of like
what is like a Magnus Carlsen? What's his rating?
like 28 something, 2900 something.
So it's like really up there. Is anyone at 3,000?
Well, I mean, Magnus at one point was 3,000, but these ratings, when there's only like a few people over 2,800, these ratings don't really mean a whole lot. It's just really relative to, like, because if you're at, let's say you're at 2,900 and the next rated person is 2,700, who are you going to play to up your rating? You know, you need to like have other people get good so you can like boost yourself up. So it's like kind of inflation resistant, if that makes sense. So
it seems like Magnus is on the downslope in his career. Is that right?
Like I said, like these numbers get inflated and deflated naturally as.
Oh, I mean, not about his number, but more like he was so dominant, nobody could beat him, and now people are starting to beat him.
No, he's super dominant still.
Didn't the Indian guy beat him?
Yeah, but I mean, when you play a fucking 100 games, you're gonna lose a few here and there, and those are gonna make big news.
Yeah.
Like he's still super dominant. Is
he the best? Is he the best chess player that ever lived?
Well, this is a good question because he lived in the age of computer engine learning, and Bobby Fischer didn't, right? So it's.
What about like Gary Kasparov too?
Well, I mean, Bobby Fischer is arguably better than Gary, but also this is right. I mean, arguably speaking, Bobby Fischer was the best player ever without computers, and Magnus Carlsen was the best player. Period. Granted, tool set and stuff has evolved, right? Like if you were able to have an engine immediately tell you what the best move is, and then you can understand why, that's a different thing than not actually knowing and then assuming things and then realizing 10 years later, oh, this was bad, versus an engine telling you that in like 1 second,
Yeah, totally. Bobby Fischer kind of went crazy too at some point, didn't he?
He kind of became, I think he started running Bitcoin knots. He became like anti-Semitic. He moved to Iceland and started ranting about the Jews and stuff. Yeah, and then he was ahead of his time. The quality of his play went down like significantly. Yeah. Like he went Kanye before it was cool. He was the best American chess player ever, right? Like there's never been a better American. No. There's this guy named Hakuro that is American who is considered to be the best of all time, pretty much. Oh, really? He's better than he's been like a top 3 player for like a decade. He's like a Asian American. If you're talking about American, I actually enjoy watching the Battle of the Minds. That is a chess match, like a high level chess match. It's actually kind of interesting as a spectator sport, But like, it's fun as watching paint dry. I think it's interesting if there's good commentary over top of it, where the announcers are explaining what's happening, then it's very interesting, Because I don't know chess, so like I need it explained to me. Like, oh, he went with the English opening, and that was a mistake. Whatever. I need all that shit. I can't believe he would have done a pawn sacrifice here. I don't know any chester. Dude, the thing about Hakuro is he's like a Twitch streamer. He's like a personality. So like he makes more money from his Twitch stream than he does from like tournaments now. Like that's how big, like, that's like the meta right now. If you're a chess player, you become an entertainment chess player. Kind of like the video game guys, similar kind of thing.
Michael, who's the best Bitcoiner chess player? Was it Jimmy Song?
I beat his ass a few times, but he is good. But yeah, I beat him. Michael's very good, except for the one time I was watching. Yeah, no, I mean honestly, that tournament I was in should have been mine, but it wasn't because Huddle was watching me, and I get very nervous when Huddle watches me because is
I'm disappointed because I watched you too, and I've never seen you fumble it.
Huddle will be a lead investor in whatever company I end up starting.
That's right.
So I get really nervous when he's around me. But the Hikiro Nakamura is his name, and he's rated 2816, number 2 in the world. Personality. He's like the most entertainment-based personality. Wait, what? I feel like someone asked me a question. Oh, Jimmy Song. Oh, the best chess player is a guy named Martin that I know of. He's a FM or IM international master. He was rated about 24 something. He decided to get into Bitcoin because it's like a chess player that can't like 2600 plus actually doesn't have a real career in chess, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. So he became a Bitcoin core developer, learned C++, and apparently being really good at chess translates to being able to code in C++ and be a Bitcoin dev. So that's what he does, and his name is Martin. And do you know Muzz?
Yeah, is Muzz good?
No, well, yeah, I mean, it's Muzz. I like Muzz.
Zell is like a ranked player.
Oh, Zell is too?
Yeah.
David
Zell, yeah.
David, and David O. Zell, right? Whatever.
Just Zell. David Zell.
But what I was gonna say is the Muzz ran a tournament at TabConf. Found out, so Martin just dominated me. I mean, dominate's the wrong word. He gently put me to sleep. He won pretty easily the entire tournament, and Muzz got upset that an international master entered the tournament without identifying himself. And this, I think this is kind of funny. You converse with Muzz, right? Like Jarvis, like you know how like he sounds and like his personality and stuff.
He doesn't seem fun.
Oh, come on, let's be nice.
No,
Anyways,
I thought that's what you're saying. Like, I'm willing to believe.
No. Like, his personality is just so like, look, man, like, oh my gosh, like, like, this is not right. Like, it's just like, I don't think he's dumb or anything. It's just he comes off like in sort of a like, kind of like takes life, kind of like.
No, I think we're saying the same thing.
Anyways, so
yeah,
this is the only chess tournament.
He comes off like a stoner, like bro.
Right. It's like a defense mechanism, so he doesn't have to take life too serious, kind of thing. But I do think he's like kind of smart. Anyways,
he is smart, yeah. Obviously smart.
I actually like him. It's just he has this obvious like character. I feel like that he's playing that is now his actual personality. Like I don't know if that's true, but anywho, he just made me laugh. He's like, this isn't right, man. You know what? I'm gonna take he's not gonna win the money. No, he can't. No, we're not gonna do this. You cannot win the money. And this is the only time I ever like have seen any chess tournament where someone won and then they were like, no, you're too good. And he's like, well, I'll donate the money. And so he donated the proceeds.
How much money was it?
I don't know, like probably less than $1,000.
Yeah.
And in today's money, probably like way more than $1,000. But at the time, I don't know, like maybe like $300-400 max.
In Bitcoin terms, yeah.
In Bitcoin terms, like probably $2,000-3,000 now. But he donated the money to the communist, to the woke. What did Max Kaiser say? The woke, transgender,
sexual. I don't know. What is?
Yeah. Anyways, that's horrible. I want that. I think.
Which trial?
The Trump assassin.
Oh yeah, he tried to stab himself in the fucking neck with a pen.
Yeah.
Seems like a really stable. No, I saw that. It seems like a very stable individual. That was the guy who was hiding at the Palm Beach golf course, right? Yeah. Yeah, that guy fucking, what a whack job he is. Tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen.
In the
Like,
middle,
not
in the middle of federal court. That's a
Yeah.
dramatic moment.
Yeah, I saw did you see the illustration of it?
Sketch. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. The illustration is one of the craziest things I've ever seen come out of federal court, because usually in federal court, the sketches are everyone's very dour, you know, and just kind of morose. And this is like a very lively scene, like the most lively scene I've ever seen, I think.
The sketch, like,
why they have
taking-
all of the walls at the courthouse. They have to frame that one. It's got to.
Oh, it's a very exciting. It's the illustrator was probably like, "Oh my god, this is the best day of my career." Why do they do this? Zach, do you know the etymology behind like why they do those illustrations?
They don't like cameras.
No, but I know that. But why in that specific style?
Oh,
And
yeah.
like,
Good question. I don't know. But I'm sure.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
couldn't you take a photo and then turn it into an illustration? Like, couldn't you have something with a little more detail?
You're not allowed to have cameras at all. It must be that is like the quickest way to draw things in real time. Would be my guess.
It must be, right? Yeah, it's like watercolor, and they're always like very quick, brief.
It'd be like crayons or colored pencils. But if you ever go to a federal court, you can see the guy like doing it.
Why is it so like? It seems like we should have more transparency to what happens in federal court. Like, what is the rationale for them keeping cameras out?
House rules, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not trying. I mean, the transcripts are public.
I know, but don't you think we, as the public, kind of deserve a higher level of transparency with federal court?
Well, it's also open to the public. You can go.
Yes, but it's open to like however many people can fit in the courthouse, and like
I think the rationale is like federal in particular are really supposed to be immune from any kind of politics, and having it be like a national news in real time might undermine that. I think that's what it's about. But like the press goes, there's plenty of reporting. Ordinary people can go. Like I went to both the Samurai and Tornado Cast